do their chums. Today, chums, I'm back in real fishing. And today, chums, what are we doing? We are going over to Oregon. And this is journey mode. So let's hit up Oregon. Let's see what fish we can catch here. And there's 4 lakes to go to. Let's go. Well, here we are. Let's, just taking the sights. Look at that snow-peaked mountain. This looks freaking great. I like that you can see all the bed of the side of the lake as well. Okay, let's see what fish there are to catch here. Oh, wow, I've caught all of page 1. Oh, I wouldn't mind catching that eel. Okay, live baits, grasshopper or crawfish. We've also got this guy here that takes the shiner, and that's at mid to lower. This can be found at all levels. I'm going to go for the crawfish, because the crawfish is a little bit... It's a little bit sort of rare that fish like the crawfish. Like that one. You see that one just swimming around mid-level right there? I mean, I would expect that eel to have a bigger fish hologram than that. But let's just see if this is that fish in question. There you go. Put it right in front of it. I don't think it is. I'd imagine it would be more like that red hologram down at the bottom. If this eel was in there, that's the sort of thing I would expect. Now, considering this can be caught at all depths as well, just a little bit sus. And being epic, I would have expected the reel to have gone crazy as soon as I hooked this fish. Something that makes me think it could be an eel is the fact that it hasn't jumped out of the water. However, I can see this fish now. It's definitely not an eel. There we go, it's a tench. We can get these in the UK. Quite a nice fish, but not the fish I was after, obviously. We go back into the fish register. We're going to be less ambitious. We're going to go for this. This looks like a zander. And a live bait. It likes the shiner. So let's stick a shiner on. And I think this one was... Oh, I forgot what depth it was fricking at. I do that a lot. Mid to lower. Okay, well you see over there, there's that big green one. I think that could be it. So let's bring this in a bit. I've overcast slightly, but it's always better to overcast than to undercast. Okay, let that sink there. Let's see if we can get the fish's attention. There we go. It's interested. It's having a nibble. It's on! You see how that happens? The orange reel, all the craziness. That's what I would have expected if we caught the... Well, had the eel on the line. Right, there you go. And you see how quickly the blue line goes towards the red as well. Just a couple of inches and it's going there. Okay, it's darting left to right, and it was doing quite large strides in the water. I imagine this is quite a large fish, quite an aggressive fish. I think this could be that fish to fill in that silhouette. It looked like the silhouette when it jumped out of the water there. It had the higher protruding dorsal fin. It was like a cross between a perch and a pike of zander. I've always wanted to catch a zander in real life. I've never been lucky enough to. They're quite rare here in the UK. They're almost treated as a bit of a pest fish here in the UK. A bit like pike. And I do like pike fishing. I've caught some decent pike in my time. There you go. Let's bring this one in. The only thing I don't like about catching a pike is getting the hooks out of its mouth. That's a largemouth bass. That wasn't what I was after. We'll be releasing that fish. Okay, right. Well, I don't think any of the fish are out there that I need to catch then, people. Right. So with that in mind, you know what? I'm just going to get off this lake as quick as I can. I'm going to find myself a nice green one that's at the surface over there. That's quite small in hologram. Damn it! Okay, well that's miles away from where I wanted to cast, isn't it? Alright, let's just see if this grabs its attention from there. I really don't think it will. But we might get the attention of that yellow one. There we go, look. The yellow's interested. The yellow will take the bait, even though it's not favourite. So I have no idea what I'm going to catch. But what I am going to catch, we've already caught before. It's already inside the fish catalogue. But I have to catch 3 fish here before I can move on to the next fishing spot, so may as well bring aboard whatever it is. Hello, little fishy. Okay, it's an interesting one. Look at the size of those eyes. It's a black carpy. Okay, right, well, we'll release that one. Back to lodge. Okay, any kind of fish, and this is a lake again. The next one is also, well, it's a river. The last one is going to be a beach, so there's a chance we might even see a shark when we get to the last one. Righto. I remember this fishing spot. This is unforgettable, this one. I mean, look at it. Look how beautiful this vista is. Oregon is beautiful, isn't it? It really is. Okay, let's have a look at the fish catalogue here. Next page. Oh my days. Okay, that's an interesting shape, isn't it? We don't know what bait that is at. This one will take the shiner. I can put the shiner back on and we can see if that's out there. That one only uses the spoon. Those, no, okay. Alright, well we'll try and go for this with the shiner again, people. So let's put on the shiner. And let's just double check. Boom. Mid to bottom. Okay, mid to bottom. We've got the shiner on. We've got one down there. I don't think that's very likely, because it's not the large fish hologram, but it's the only one that's lit up green on a shiner. So if it is that fish, it's going to be that one that's all the way down there. Come on, little fish. You interested or not? There we go. He is interested. Yeah, nothing else is green in the whole lake right now, so this is our only chance to fill that fish hologram. And afterwards we might try for that other one that was a really gnarly shape, with a massive underbite or overbite or whatever. Lower jaw was longer than the top one, wasn't it? Now, I think I've already caught one of those fish before in a different location, and it's kind of got a red body. I don't know what the name of the fish is, but I'm fairly sure I may have already caught it. Okay, what are you? You're another smallmouth bass. Alright, fine. Well, so we're not getting that. So let's just remind ourselves what we're going for next. We're going for... Actually, we'll go for this... Oh, we don't know what bait that one is. We're going for this one, and we're going to use the lure fishing setup. So, lure. And... was it the metal jig? Let's just double check. It's hard to see, because it's a spoon. We're using the spoon. Okay, spoon it is. Okay, right. And what sort of depth was that one at? It is at the lowest of depth. This is an epic fish. I'm fairly sure we're not going to find it out there. And would you look at that? There's none at the lower depth, so it's not out there. So you know what? We're just going to catch any fish here. I can't have the high... I haven't got the right level of skill yet. So we need to just keep ploughing into XP, I think, people. Until we actually catch, well, we'll go up a couple more levels, and then I think we might start seeing the fish that I haven't got. Alright, well, let's just bring this one in, nice and quick. Go on, little fishy. On a little dishy. Man, this place is beautiful. Easy, tiger. Okay. This has got some red hues to its skin. That's lovely, that. That's a brook trout. We've already got one of these. We're releasing it for 8 XP. Okie dokie. Righto. Steve, oh, Captain Steve, oh, Captain. Heck yeah. Why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much. And I'm just going to change to a random bait, and we're just going to go for a random fish amongst all of those. Now, this is a soft bait. Let's give it a little bit of a wiggle. Come on then. Yep. It's for you. Gotta tease them with a lure. Gotta lure them to bite. Yeah, let's just bring this in. Now, I must say, this game has become far more relaxing now that I've got the better gear. It's rare that these fish give me much of a challenge, or actually escape now. So, it'd be nice if we can get the experience up, so we start catching some of the bigger, rarer, more challenging fish. Okay, now we're on the river. Another free fish, and this is an east side of Willamette. What the? Never heard of the place. Oh, I do like this. I do like this broadwalk that I'm on. I do like the double bridges. You got a choice of bridge and the cityscape. Wow, Oregon is really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's have a look what sort of fish we can find on this river. This river is bigger than the lake I was just at. That looks like a pike. Lures, a spinner, or crankbait. I'm going to go for the spinner. I've got the spinner on right now, just so it happens. And that looks like a normal pike, and it's mid-level. Right, now these are a predatory fish. Now, am I seeing anything? I'm not seeing anything that I think is a pike out there. I'm not seeing anything that I think is a pike. So you know what, I'm going to try and make one of these bigger holograms go green, like that one that's down there. And we're just going to go for a random catch. I'm not overly fussed about the fishing catalogue. Like I was saying earlier, I honestly think for me to now catch these rare and legendary fish, I need to go up quite a fair few levels. So I may as well just enjoy casting and see what I get. Do a bit of blind fishing. There we go, we've got this guy's attention. Yes, it's a worm on a hook. Whoa! Whoa, Nelly. Kind of reminds me of the line out of The Crow, where Skank gets accosted by Brandon Lee, the Crow. How do you feel, Skank? Like a little worm on a big effing hook? That good. Oh, your mother must be proud of you, son. Yeah. Fun times. I do like the original Crow movie. I don't mind the other Crow movies, but they're not as good. Nowhere even close. Now, there's a lot of movies from my childhood that I love. There's some that I kind of wish that they would redo, but at the same time I'm really sort of like, if they do redo them, they better not mess them up. And one of those movies is Short Circuit. I love Short Circuit 1 and 2. And I heard that they were working on a remake. And they were going to make it more AI-like. Don't you break my line. I was just saying that, you know, it's a lot more relaxing inside of this game now. But this fish has really put up a fight, hasn't it? I'm eager to see what this is. Even if I have caught one before, it's been a bit of a git, this one. What are you? You're a git, that's what you are. You're a striped bass. Alright, we're going to release it. Oh, 13. Look how close we are. Yeah, I hope they do redo Short Circuit, but at the same time, I'm a little bit nervous that they'll muck it up. Right, well, I just changed to a crankbait, and I'm going to go for the large hologram. Just there. And we'll see if he's interested. Bang. That should be mildly interesting fish. I don't think it's going to be super interesting. I'm just going to bring it in as quickly as we can, people. Let's see what he is. Come on. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Boom. It's a smallmouth bass. Okay. Big and small. Right, we're now leveled up. Alright then, let's see what else we can catch. I'm going to go for something small this time. Let's go for... There's no small fish holograms out there really, is there? Oh, there is. On the surface there. Can I make him go green? Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can catch that little tiny fish. A little tiny fish. Yes, come and get it. Boom. Right, let's bring him in. I'll just go as fast as I can. 10 to the dozen. And it's a pumpkin seed sunfish. Release a Mondo. Back to lodge. Right, so we're going to Cannon Beach. Any kind of fish. Let's go, let's go. What the fudge was that sound? Oh, there's seals there. It sounded like people. Oh, this is eerie. I have to say, I would not fish it. I wouldn't. It kind of has people dump bodies here type of vibe. All right? And I don't like it. All right, here we go. Let's have a look what we can catch out here. So, right. Oh my days. Shush! I'm making a video. We're going to go for the shiner. We're going to try and catch this giant squid. Okay, we'll go for a shiner. And it's mid to bottom. Okay, right. So I need to change back to float. We've got the shiner on. And it's mid to bottom. And we're looking for quite a large hologram, I'd imagine. There's two right over there. They're right next to each other. But they're super deep. And there's one down there as well. We've got 3 tries at this, I think, people. Let's see if we can catch the giant squid. Now, I am a little bit nervous because this is the coastline. So, there is a chance a shark could grab this. And I'm already slightly nervous about this fishing area. So here we go. Let's see what we can catch. Now, I was thinking, rather than talking about childhood memories and stuff about me, I was wondering, would it be better for me to talk about world events? Things going on in the news right now? Would actually people like me to talk about that sort of stuff? And, you know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Whoa! This guy's big. Jeez, the wheat is big. So, if I was to talk about current newsy stuff at the moment, we've got all this stuff about Epstein going on, haven't we? Now, when I find... Oh my days! Look at that Pacific God. Okay, we're releasing it. I mean, what I find really odd about the whole story of that is Gazelle Maxwell is in prison for trafficking, right? And inside of that court case, it was actually recorded that her black book and Jeffrey Epstein's clients were to be kept secret due to some sort of signing or disclosure around client confidentiality. So it couldn't actually come out in the courtroom. And that was actually recorded in the courtroom notes. I mean, she's in prison for trafficking. So if she didn't traffic anybody to Jeffrey Epstein, because there's no client list apparently, then why is she in prison? That's the only thing that's I really don't get. And also, there was an interview with Epstein before he committed suicide, where he actually said, I've got too many things going on in the world to end my life. If anything happens to me in here, it wasn't suicide, or something along those lines. I'm just summarising. It was something along those lines. And his brother has even come forward to say there's no way that he'll commit suicide. And even after he did commit suicide, there was still a lot of activity on his bank account. You know, the guy was not poor by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, he had to sell that island to pay for all the lawsuits and damages and things. But he still had wealth upon wealth. He still would have been he still wouldn't have had to work a day in his life when he come out anyway. It just feels... suicide is a permanent solution to temporary issues. You know? I mean, I'm fairly sure if it would have gone to court, being how wealthy he was and the sort of lawyers he could actually get, and maybe plea deals he could have done, he might not have been in there too long. Chinook salmon, release! So I find the whole thing very, very odd. Okay, well, let's have a look what else we can find. I'm going to cast over there. In fact, I would say the last few years has been very, very odd. It's weird now. I see and read the most troubling of news stories out there in the world. Then, after 2 weeks, because you've seen and read so many other troubling news stories, the ones that troubled you 2 weeks ago, you've almost forgotten about. It's just so bleak, some of the stuff. I really wish there was a good news channel, you know? I mean, there are some out there, but they're a little bit, light. And I know they say bad news sells better than good news. And I suppose, like any other industry, it's a business, isn't it? I don't know. I'm just so tired of all the left and right divide, the name calling as well. You know, on the left-hand side, they're very quick to call those on the right fascists or whatever, and those on the right calling those on the left lefties, nutters and stuff. But they're not. They're fellow human beings at the end of the day, and everybody's entitled to what they want to believe in. I just feel we should have more solidarity. You know, there's a whole thing of divide and conquer, and I'm wondering if that's what's happening at the moment. Is this just a giant psyop to have the people fighting each other, while the powers that be can run off and do whatever they want, not feature in client lists and black books, and get away with all sorts of craziness, and why all of us guys are just infighting? That's kind of how it feels to me. You know, anyway, let's receive a reward. I have no idea what reward I got. This is one of the things that I wish was a little bit more explicit. What did I actually get? Other than a stamp on the outside cover of here. But we've just done Oregon, and now we're moving on to the beautiful Washington fishing journey. So yeah, people inside the comments, sound off inside the comments. Would you like me to talk about movies I like, games I like, my life experiences? Or would you like me to talk about weldy stuff and my take on what's going on right now? Let me know. Yeah, because on the banks of the river I can talk about whatever. Anyway, I just want to entertain. Till next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.